Questions from my heart ringing, ringing every day. Who am I? Who am I? Do some more, believe some more, love some more. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine.
My name is Idiongo Udo. I am into the production of domestic chemical items such as hair shampoo, liquid soap, perfume oil, and fragrances of different types. But I am more into the production and supplies of perfume oil, both 3 mils, 6 mils, and as big as the bottle could be. Now my company name is Shalomite Ideal Hub. My company name is Shalomite Ideal Hub. Now how did I find myself in this business? It happens that when I was in school, around my 200 going to 300 level, we all know the stress of school. Then I lost my father in that year, and I have seen so much stress and hardship during my school days. Now I wasn't with this idea, I wasn't groomed, I wasn't privileged to know about business or that I could be in school and still do business. So I was just depending on urgent 2K and support from parents, not until I lost my father then and I saw shege with my eyes. During those days, I saw hardship. Now I sat down and asked myself, what do I do? Especially when I see every year, I see graduates, I saw thousands of people coming in and thousands of people graduating every year. And I asked myself, how are these people going to survive? Because almost, let me say, 90% of Nigerian youth are coming into school with the idea of finishing and having white-collar jobs to do. And I asked myself, what if they finish or I finish and I don't find myself a white-collar job at the moment to do? And this is what brought the quest for self-reliance. And after thinking about this, I now sat down to ask myself, okay, what solution do I prefer to the people? What do I do so that I can have this self-reliance and by not depending on the society and depending on the government after graduating from school? So I came up with this idea and solution of selling perfumes, because I came to realize that almost, if not everybody, 80 to 90% of people from teenage age, from 18 years, 45, 65 years and above, they use perfume on daily basis. It is very important. You must scent nice. So I tend to prefer solution of selling perfume, not just perfume oil, but selling different kinds of perfume and the fragrance. And I made sure that apart from selling perfumes or maybe selling costly perfumes that will not be beneficiary to everybody of all ages, I made sure that I import fragrance and I refill them in little bottles that is as small as the 3 mils that I have in my hand. This means that if you don't have money to go for the bigger perfume that costs a lot, you will not miss this one that is sold for 500 naira. So I made sure that I have perfume in varieties and different prices that suit everybody, so that you don't have any excuse of not smelling nice. Okay. So when I started, that was after I have graduated from school, and I remember that I have learned the skills some years ago, but I did not put it to use at all. So when I started, I did not have money. I started with as low as 6,000 naira. 6,000 naira. It was after a few weeks that I got to borrow money from someone and added about 28,000 naira. But when I started this business, it was just the money I had. I said, let me let me make this move, let me take a step. And I started with the 6,000 naira covered me with some few fragrances I bought in the state, not now that I am importing, and few bottles that was not up to 1 dozen. Then I started the business, I bought label, I started advertising it on my social media handle and to some friends and close people. And I sold it, to be very shocked. I sold it and I was wowed. Then it kept moving. But I must tell you, I faced a lot of challenges of not being able to sell, or people asking me of different kinds of fragrance that I couldn't afford to get that time, or the challenges of not being able to do the business because of motherhood and nursing then. So I had to pause for a moment, and especially when I was serving Nigeria and also nursing a child, I paused my business. But after a few months, I started again with force, and I must tell you, we are growing so fast. In the last few months, I have made the kind of turnover I couldn't believe I could make in this business, because now I have to supply this perfume to people outside the state. My main target are the students, the corpers, because I also train them in their side. I train them on how to do these things, on how to produce domestic chemical items. So before they start their own business, they get it from me. So I have them as my main suppliers. So now we are making a good turnover, and I hope to learn how to extract. My company now, we want to extract fragrance. We want to have our own fragrance. That is our major target now, and we also hope to expand, because our outlet now is not so big. We have supplied this perfume to so many states and a good number of people, and we are yet to supply more. We are expanding day by day, but we have this small challenge of more supply, because so many times, and right now, because we have come to stay, the business has come to stay, we have so much demand from people, but at times we have limited supply. That is why we are open, and we are calling on investors, angel investors, to come partner with us, because we have so much to do. We have to also bring in different kinds of fragrance that will last long and be strong and be readily available 24/7. That is our major target, because sometimes we want to buy, sometimes we run out of stock and we want to get it from our people here, and we don't seem to get what we want. So we want to make sure that those fragrances are readily available 24/7, that our customers will not have to run out of stock. And we also want to get a bigger space for the convenience of our customers. You can get us on Facebook through Idiongo Udo. That is my Facebook name, and my business page is Shalomite Scents. Then my WhatsApp number is 070-662-11047. Instagram is ID Shalomite. Thank you so much.
I'm gonna let it shine. This bright light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, I rise, rising and